What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of Cub Reacts on a Saturday afternoon. Very excited to get into this one. Another new track. This one coming to us from Joeboy, and it goes by the name Contour. Now, this is a lyric visualizer video. The first track we've heard from Joeboy in a hot minute. Again, he had one of the biggest tunes of last year with Alcohol. Sip, I think it's bracketed with, or it's called Sip, bracketed Alcohol. I can't remember which way around it is, but Sip Alcohol is the name of the tune. And yeah, it's great to see. He's obviously featured on a couple of bits. He had a wicked tune with Simi last year as well, earlier on this year as well. So I'm excited to see how this one sounds. As I said, it's not a full video. It's literally just a lyric video. So we're going to break this one down now. As always, friends, if you are new to the channel, do make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, of course, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. Without further ado, we're going to jump right into the sounds of this one. Let's get it! I like the pacing on this. You know what I like about this right from the jump is literally the fact it's minimal. The vocals are so minimal, and it's allowing so much of that kind of bassy goodness in the low end, so much of that spaciousness to really become the main feature of the tune. What most people don't seem to realize is the best sort of music producers all understand the fact that space is a tool as much as any instrument is. Leaving things to hang, letting things be, leaving things untouched. That kind of concept of not touching things, the concept of minimalism is such an important thing in music production. And we're hearing how powerful it can be over the intro of this. Great start. See, I'm expecting things. It's not happening. It's crazy. I like this as a sort of video style as well. I've always had a thing for kind of low, I don't want to say low quality, but kind of like quite sketchy style animation. I've always really enjoyed it in music videos. And this is a great example of that. Again, production-wise, this is sounding lovely. Loving the kind of potency of that guitar line. Again, the lead vocal line really cutting through the middle, and there's almost a kind of over-intensity about it. It kind of cuts through because it sounds, I don't necessarily want to say louder, but just the way it's being pushed just sounds more intense. It sounds bigger, wider, and it's a cool way to start things off. Again, on top of this, what I'm really liking is that bass line down below. Very potent, very powerful, and it's a cool way to start things off. Let's go. You hear what I'm hearing? Just the beauty of how nice a guitar can sound. Like, I have never been a big fan of plain acoustic music. For me, it just sounds unfinished. But when you kind of layer it in with big bass lines like this, big kind of booming percussive elements, and all those other bits that are swirling around, you do end up with something very enjoyable indeed. And this is just a great example of how a guitar can be utilized. Loving that sort of subtle bounce that's slowly working its way in as well. I really like this video, like the whole concept of going on a journey on your ones. Like, it's just a very pleasing visual accompaniment for a tune, which is very powerful as a creation. Again, that little vocal there, how kind of big that sounds with all the electronic elements all wrapped around it. This is really enjoyable, man. Very minimal, very out there, very different. But that's something we know Joeboy can pull out of the bag at any time. Just that idea of individualism crossed with minimalism. Love it. I enjoy my heart with white. I know one your story. I know they like to share my charger, but inside now, there I sit down, waiting for them. I know they for them. I am The animation's so cool.
Change your ways, change your face. Now your name you can start again.
can't just be me that loves this video. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just so charming, the way it's been animated. And I know I'm listening to the tune as well, but the video is really encapsulating. This is what I always say. If you can get like a cool lyric visualizer video to go along with your tune, put it out there before the video, because then you can double up on views. I've always said this, man, and it's a cool thing to see that Joeboy's involved with. Again, I'm loving the sort of subtle shakers that are now starting to roll in there as well. Just little tiny, minute percussive elements that are adding to the overall storyline of this as a tune. Just keeping it alive as it goes, because the actual vocals haven't changed too much as it's gone forward. Something I'm noticing about the bass line down below as well is it's kind of moving in and out of that world of log drum sort of potency. So like it's a very kind of filtered down sounding drum like pulse that sounds very similar to a log drum, but doesn't have that sort of potency or metallic texture that you would expect to hear. But again, when it's used at slower BPMs, it almost has more potency. It makes instrumentals sound more choppy. It's great to see. Really, really cool, man. I'm loving this. I keep expecting him to say it. Beautiful what you can do with an instrumental when you do let it run. I think this is a great example of how to utilize a guitar in a tune. That's all I can say. As I said before, I'm not a fan of acoustic standalone music, but when you kind of put it into this bracket and this zone where those guitars are able to kind of work freely around the supporting cast of instrumentation, that's when you get the best out of kind of acoustic guitars and electric guitars as well. So there we go. We'll let this one run through to the end and then give it our final breakdown. But this one, very enjoyable indeed. Big up Joeboy on the animation. There we go then. The sounds of Joeboy on this one with Contour. Very enjoyable tune indeed. This is the follow one for Cubana, I believe. As we can see on screen, I completely forgot we reacted to Cubana as well. Do make sure you go and check that out. But yeah, really enjoyed this one. I love the minimalism. The fact it's very much out there, very different within its construction. The use of the electric guitar. Joeboy's minimal approach vocal-wise as well, just allowing that space to take a hold. It's masterful. It's like being at sea and knowing how to navigate waves. Like it's just got this very natural free-flowing feel about it, and he just sits in the middle kind of twirling around, and it works perfectly. Fantastic stuff. Very enjoyable. As I said, I need to make sure I got the name right. Animator Joeboy. Very, very good job. I really enjoyed the animation on this. So there we go. As always, friends, hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you have, do let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. And we shall see you all next time. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. Baddest sound in a Brighton town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CUBREACTS TV. Stay locked.